is how fucking lazy the space has become. Not just because Pablo Torre actually went out of his way to do his due diligence and do a lot of research, which is real journalism, by the way. Some of these people actually have the same, if not more, resources, that Pablo has, but refuse to do it because they're nothing more but lazy hacks. But it's so bothersome to me, the people who have now responded to this, because we live in this new age where everything has to be immediate reactionary. Instead of you actually taking the time out to listen to what he said, people don't even know what they may be agreeing to. And as Denver just alluded to, and as someone who has watched the podcast from start to finish, and then went to the article to cross-reference some of the things that were being accused of, trust me when I say these are not things that you should just blindly agreeing to. It's not. We live in a... I got the notes and all that stuff. We have a situation on our hands to where, yes, in our space, it's certainly a Kawhi Leonard situation. It's a very cute situation that will have some very steep repercussions. But I want people to understand, this is something in reference to something that has already gotten the government involved. This is fraud to the extent that people have, this is like a real live investigation. So when I hear Stephen A. Smith make pivots to his lame ass, tired ass take about how, Kawhi just doesn't want to work. When I see Jeff Teague and them, which, all fair, I think they took a lighthearted approach to it, but sitting there saying that no one should be ever saying anything about this, it's cool, y'all just hating. Nigga, this is fraud. The bigger picture here is fraud. Fraud to hundreds of millions of dollars. Like real fraud. I clicked on Players' Choice's video, the first 2 minutes, regardless of how Ox may feel about it, this nigga is running his mouth yapping about how it's elementary research. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Some of you niggas are co-signing and sweeping under the rug some real shit. This is some real shit. It's so serious that if you actually watch the episode, Pablo had to make sure he separated himself from The Athletic to not make them liable for anything that he was about to say throughout the remaining of that podcast. That's how serious it was. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. Please. Please. You niggas is co-signing shit. And y'all have no idea what the fuck you niggas are talking about. None. With that being said, for those who are unaware of what is happening and what is transpired, Pablo Torre, I'm gonna get straight into this. Pablo Torre, who is a journalist, first of all, go watch the video. Pablo Torre made a expose after doing months of research of trying to understand some very interesting pieces to a puzzle that has yet to be completed. From the relationship of Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. In doing so, and this is the video right here. Make sure y'all go watch this video. Please go watch the video. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. In the pursuit of doing so, what he uncovered is that there was a company named Aspiration. I think it was Aspiration. That came to Ballmer trying to be a representation, a sponsor of the Clippers, especially when they moved into the new Intuit Dome. Through doing so, Ballmer and the company, Aspiration, got together and they were, doing some business, some dealings. And also, Aspiration had a bunch of other celebrities that were endorsing them as well. Some of which you all are very familiar with. Robert Downey Jr., Leo DiCaprio, Drake. But out of all of these big names, the one that was getting paid the most wasn't Drake. Wasn't Robert Downey Jr. No. It was Kawhi Leonard. In the report, Kawhi was getting paid so much money that he was getting paid more than everyone else combined times 3 to 4 times over. That's how much he was getting paid. Now, we then have to ask ourselves, well, if you're getting paid that much money, which was the tune of $28 million, $7 million were owed to him every year over the course of a 4-year period. If you're going to get paid that much money, well, the requirements would have to be pretty steep. And anyone who's missed anything, some of this stuff will be uploaded, but I will have a much more defined and outlined version of this video on Low Post because it definitely warrants a Low Post upload. But effectively, Kawhi Leonard was getting paid $28 million. This agreement came just months after his extension that he signed in 2021. Be very mindful, the extension that he signed in 2021 was a team-friendly deal. It wasn't the most amount of money he could have received. It wasn't the max amount. Similar things he did later on as well. However, the correlation between Steve Ballmer, the Clippers, the company Aspiration, and Kawhi is that there is a paper trail that potentially leads itself right to Kawhi and Steve Ballmer. Now, why exactly are people coming to this conclusion? Because some of the evidence is pretty damning. And the reason why a lot of this information is publicly available is because, again, Aspiration has now filed for bankruptcy and the owner has already been found guilty for fraud of the tune of like $200 million. Like it's ridiculous. But you may be asking, how exactly did this happen? Well, first, you may be wondering, what were his steep commitments that he needed to be made? Kawhi was obligated to just do a handful of things. 50 autographs, make a post, couple of public appearances. In his contract, it actually said some of these requirements are so trivial that he could get away with just making a comment, retweeting, or liking something on some of these pages. That's how simple it was. However, he was no longer obligated to do said things if it didn't fit into his beliefs. a vague terminology that was never outlined in the contract. You would believe that if you're handing over someone the most money in the company by far, you would believe that some of these requirements would be very, very strict. But no, they weren't. They were some of the loosest obligations that has been given to anyone. Drake, Robert Downey Jr., his head coach at the time, Doc Rivers as well, was a part of Aspiration. By far the loosest. And yet, he still did not have to commit to them if he believed that the company did not fit his beliefs. Now, you then would ask, well, if it fitted his beliefs and he didn't do any of the obligations, wouldn't that void the contract? No. But there was one thing that would have voided the contract, which is so oddly specific. The only one thing that would have voided the contract, which would have prevented him from making his money, not him going to jail, not him doing something illegal, getting arrested, any type of moral clause. No. The only thing that prevented him from getting his money that would have voided the contract was if he no longer played for the Clippers. That is it. To get even more in detail with it, because ZZ asked a very interesting question about retirement. Here's the funny part about everything. They made sure they wrote in the contract that the only way that he would not get his money if he no longer worked for the team. That means even if he was getting paid from the organization, meaning that Kawhi, let's say he retired, it was too much on his body, he decided he wanted to retire, but still getting paid from them technically, or maybe things didn't work out and they bought out his contract and he was still getting paid from the Clippers, that would actually trigger the contract being voided. They wrote that in the actual fucking contract. They made sure they wrote that in the contract. They were very specific about that. What his beliefs were, not so specific, never outlined. But they made sure they got the details that, quite, if you got traded to somewhere else, you wouldn't. Come on, dog. Come on. You wouldn't make this money no more. If you, I don't know, let's say you got bought out, you wouldn't make this money anymore. If you retired, you wouldn't make this money anymore. Interesting. All that was outlined. But it somehow gets worse. See, it's not enough that Kawhi, quite frankly, was too fucking lazy to give a damn to at least fake the funk. My nigga, you could have made a post, liked, retweeted, had a quote about it, and a lot of this shit really wouldn't look that sketchy. It's not the fact that you made sure that your beliefs were not outlined. You made sure that it was written in a contract between you two, that the only way that your contract could be voided if you no longer worked for the team. It wasn't even enough that reportedly, allegedly, your uncle was making sure he called up there every month on the dot to make sure the check got cleared. That wasn't enough. Come to find out, Kawhi signs his extension in August of 2021, I believe. Steve Ballmer makes a generous donation, generous commitment to Aspiration in around November, December. And then Kawhi makes an LLC 2 months later. And the name of the LLC is KL2 Aspirations. All of this happened within a matter of months. All of it did. What makes it worse is that You not only name the LLC KL2 Aspirations, that's the only money that's been going through the company. Steve Ballmer didn't have another LLC or another company that wasn't directly tied to him. No, he put in his own LLC that is directly connected to him as well, next to Aspirations. And then you niggas not only do this all at one time, but you don't even act as if like you are doing something with the company. You do nothing. You do nothing. Do you know how fucking stupid that is? Now here's where it gets worse. The premise of this company, Aspirations, is that effectively they get people who have a carbon footprint, right? And what they do is say, hey man, we're not gonna impede you in doing what you're. This is the premise of the company. We're not going to impede in what you do, because you know it may be a little bit too difficult for Drake and all these other million and billionaires with their jet flying over the fucking country, leaving a bunch of carbon trail. What we're going to do is, with your commitment and tracking of your carbon usage, we will then take that and plant a tree to help us out with the environment. Pablo, in the beginning, claims that to plant a tree, it only costs about 10 to 15 cents, which makes sense. 10 to 15 cents sounds about right. These niggas was charging them $1. Wow, that's a massive jump. Well, you do say, huh? Oh, wow. Interesting. The founders of this company, they went to school in Harvard. You know what alma mater was that? You know who's an alumni of Harvard? You guessed it, Steve Ballmer. And a bunch of other people who are Democrats and liberals who live in California, who were all participating in this. I know that may seem a little low. That's a bit of a stretch. But no. In the investigation, it actually references Project 2029, which is, for those who don't know, it's the Democrats' rendition of Project 2025. And the gentleman who owned the company was trying to run for political office as well. Oh. See, that's why I say many of you niggas need to shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up, dog. You got to. Effectively, what they were doing was just taking in a bunch of money with the promise that they were going to plant a bunch of trees. So then when the employee that is being interviewed was asked, hey, how often, there's a lot of projects here, how often were these projects monitored, checked upon? She said, it sounds like a she, but it's undefined because it's a voice alterer. The employee claims that in their entire time working there, they only checked on one project. Only one. Only one. Only one. There is no clear indication of how many trees were actually planted. There is none. There's none at all. There's no indication. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. None. There is none. Now you may be asking yourself, how does this work with Steve Ballmer? Why did Ballmer get involved? Well, Steve Ballmer, as much money as he has, every great billionaire knows. Which, as a sidebar, I did not know that Steve Ballmer was the 6th richest person in the world. I did not know that. I knew the nigga had money. I didn't know that he was the 6th richest person in the world, not the United States, in the world. See, every great billionaire, I guess at this point trillionaire potentially, but every great billionaire knows you don't pay for things on your own dime. Come on, dog. You know better. You know better. Get somebody else to do it. You get somebody else to do it. You don't pay for it on your own dime. So, it really and truly would not be a surprise to anybody that when Intuit Dome came to be in there building it, you would have guessed whose name was behind everything, man. You wouldn't have guessed. You would not have guessed. Come on, you wouldn't guess. You wouldn't have guessed whose name was behind everything, dog. Come on, man. You wouldn't have guessed. Is that the company? Oh, man. No fucking way, man. No way. No way. Come on, dog. Is that the... Damn, dog. That's crazy. Damn. No way. Come on, dog. Not the name being there. Come on. Come on. And just in case people who are unaware, Intuit Dome, I'll show y'all. Intuit Dome. Let me move this down here. Why is this shit so big? Pause. Intuit Dome courtside seats. There's actual pictures of some of the courtside seats that have aspiration like on the back of them. It's like, bro, y'all just didn't care. Y'all actually genuinely just didn't give a fuck, bro. Y'all didn't care. Y'all genuinely just didn't give a fuck. So everything is really pointing to they use the relationship. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know. This nigga has bank statements. Like when niggas sit here and tell me that this is elementary, shut the fuck up, dog. This nigga has bank statements. I don't know how the fuck this nigga has accessibility to the shit like this. Do y'all see this balance? That's that's $92 million in this fucking account. Do y'all see this shit, bro? Please, I'm begging you, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up, nigga. Oh, there it is. Right at the court side. Court side, man. Yeah. Lorenz, I told them that already. If you're new, yeah, the co-founder has already pled guilty. Co-founder's already pled guilty to this shit, all right? So the fraud is done. It's without a doubt that there's fraud. We're at that point, we don't really even have to guess. We know for a fact it's fraud because the nigga pled guilty on fraud cases, on fraud charges. It's done already. That shit is done. Yeah, That part of the story, it's already undergone. We know that it's fraud, right? It's fraud. It's fraud. It's fraud. I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't be surprised actually if it may be another it may be one of the other, what is the thing called, fire alarms or smoke detectors that went off. What was I going with? Oh yeah. On where is that? Here it is. Shout out to you, Staffa. Aspirations Partners co-founder charged and agreed to plead guilty to a $248 million scheme to defraud investors and lenders. Like I said, this is very serious. When niggas sit here and try to like key this shit, unless y'all niggas or y'all be like, I would do the same thing. Shut the fuck up, dog. No, you wouldn't. No, nobody should be sitting here agreeing to what they would or wouldn't do the same thing in this type of situation. No, you wouldn't. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Don't say that you would agree. Please don't say that you would agree to this. This is real, legit criminal activity. Let's stop. You niggas want to be contrarians or get some jokes off. Nigga, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in fraud. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Please stop. Please stop. Also, I love how the NBA is just dropping news left and right now. This has been like the biggest, like, this has been the most dead the NBA has ever been in my time covering the sport. And now all of a sudden we get random fucking news story out of nowhere. Yes, we talked about that, how the only way that the contract will be voided if Kawhi left. That's the only way that the contract would have been voided. The only way. Now, a couple of things that needs to be discussed. The first one being what Mark Cuban said. Because there needs to be and this is why I said I think a lot of people should probably stop trying to defend some shit without knowing what's going on, right? Let's pump our brakes there, right? I'm not going to sit here and accuse Mark Cuban of doing anything, right? But I wouldn't be quick to come to the defense of anyone when we're talking about an entity that's already been found guilty, or at least the co-founder has already been found guilty of defrauding up to nearly $250 million. I would probably pump my brakes there. But Mark Cuban had a take. I'm on Team Ballmer. Wowzers. As much as I wish they circumvented the salary cap, first, Steve isn't that dumb. If they did try to feed Kawhi Leonard money, knowing what was at stake for him personally and his team, do you think do you think he would let the company go bankrupt? I guess that's fair, but letting the company go bankrupt and just making sure Kawhi gets his money are two different things. And I don't believe that the entire relationship between Steve Ballmer and the company was just to pay for Kawhi. As we've already noticed, they were branding stuff all in the arena. They were a partner with the with Intuit Dome and with the Clippers. It wasn't like that was the only thing, but you say stuff like this when you jump out of the window. They got scammed by Aspiration along with many others, crimes for which they pled guilty last week. Scammers do scammy things. They did a $300 million sponsorship deal with the Clippers in 2021. That's a huge deal. Pause. The fact that Mark Cuban, an owner, is letting you know from him capitalizing all the letters in huge that it's an abnormal deal. This is an abnormal deal. So you're telling me that that doesn't raise any eyebrows? That's interesting. The better the team does, the more value the sponsorship has. It actually makes perfect sense that if they stole money from investors and want the Clippers to succeed, why not give stolen money to help keep their best player? It's sad that Pablo didn't take the time to find out how these scammers pulled off their scam. The idea that the default is Ballmer is a bad guy is going to backfire on him. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you actually watch the video, not once is there any clear indication that Steve Ballmer is like this horrifically bad guy. Matter of fact, there is some information that points out that Steve Ballmer actually does believe in the company. There's emails. This thing has emails aside. He has emails. There's emails that literally states that Steve Ballmer is ecstatic to work with the company. So there's no real indication that he's a bad guy because he works with Aspiration. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that he could potentially, allegedly, have used that relationship to funnel money towards Kawhi. It could be both. He could actually believe in the company. He could actually believe that they do really great things. Again, they have a relationship when they both went to Howard, the owner and Ballmer. It's not as if like those things have to be omitted. The way that this is presented, it's not presented like it's an either or. It could be both things. Steve Ballmer could genuinely believe in this company while also allegedly, potentially, use the company to funnel money towards Kawhi. It could be both. But again, when you niggas jump out the window and say these things, you look odd. Unless we need to start digging up in your business, Mark Cuban. Unless we need to start digging up in your business. Unless you're afraid that some of this is triggering some interesting dialogue around the league. Dirk Nowitzki has sacrificed as much as $194 million in discount contracts for the Mavericks. Man. $194 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, Mark. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Be very mindful that the Mavericks were an organization that let Steve Nash go during that summer because they didn't want to pay him. Michael Finley walked as well, and they were struggling to find a center for quite some time. But Dirk took all these pay cuts. Wow. That's interesting. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Now, again, I want to be clear here. Go watch the 1 hour long episode. It's very informational. I'm just giving you the bullet points. I'm just highlighting some pivotal pieces that I think is very wary and understandable. Information that I would highly suggest for anyone before you hop out the window and start talking and running your mouth in agreement with anything that may have occurred. Please understand that you could potentially be agreeing to fraud to the level of nearly $300 million. So please understand this. If I were you, I would shut the fuck up. Just wait for a second, right? Because we can all sit here and go back and forth about, oh man, I had a fun time talking about, what's going to happen with the Clippers, but also be understandable that this could potentially be something much bigger than that. However, since we are in the NBA space and we're only going to talk, and we'll more so focus on the basketball side of things. Oh yeah, the feds are involved. He pled guilty to the feds. He pled guilty to the feds. It's done. No, that's who he pled. Brother, this is the Department of Justice on your screen right now. That's the U.S. Department of Justice. This ain't local California shit, nigga. No. This ain't local shit, nigga. Oh, it's blurry? Y'all see it now? Y'all see that? Yeah, this ain't no this ain't no. Yeah, that I know y'all can't see the URL, but that URL says justice.gov. That don't say they ain't no .com, nigga. That's a .gov. Yeah, this is done. So I just this is it. Now, in terms, and just in case, if you're still wondering, the FBI will continue to work with our partners to ensure this kind of malicious behavior is investigated and stopped. The FBI. The FBI. So no, this isn't some local shit. Again, when niggas are sitting here saying, "Oh man, it's rudimentary, it's so elementary." Please stop. Stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. You sound fucking ridiculous. You sound fucking ridiculous. Laura, are you going to react to Players' Choice's take on Kawhi today? Probably not, because there's not really much there. Too many people were responding and reacting to this before they knew what was going on. Too many people. Too many people were responding and talking about this before they knew what was going on. Lastly, where is the Shams? Tweet? There you go. Thank you. Because Shams decided post the Clippers response. It's so interesting to me how like things are being reported right now. Real journalism happened, and niggas just like, Clipper statement. Let's let it go. Clipper statement. Clipper statement. I'm going to post all this shit today. PJ Washington, we get this little weak ass statement, all this shit. Clipper statement. The Clipper statement says the Clipper statements state neither the Clippers nor Steve Ballmer circumvented the salary cap. The notion that Steve invested in aspiration in order to funnel money to Kawhi Leonard is absurd. Steve invested because Aspiration's co-founder presented themselves as committed to doing right by their customers while protecting the environment. After a long campaign of marketing manipulation, which which defrauded not only Steve but numerous other investors and sports teams. Aspiration filed for bankruptcy. Its co-founder Joseph Sandberg recently pled guilty to a $243 million fraud. Neither Steve nor the Clippers had knowledge of any improper activity by Aspiration or its co-founder until after the government initiated its investigation. Aspiration was a team sponsor for the 2021-2022 and the 22-23 season before defaulting on its contract. There is nothing unusual or untowards about the team sponsors during endorsement deals with players on the same team. Neither Steve nor the Clippers organization had any oversight in Kawhi's independent endorsement agreement with Aspiration. Personally speaking, I just would have left that part out. That part I potentially would have left out. To say otherwise is flat out wrong. The Clippers take what I think. The Clippers take the Clippers take NBA compliance extremely serious, fully respecting the league's rules, and welcome its investigation related to Aspiration. The Clippers will also continue to cooperate with law enforcement in its investigation into Aspiration's blatant fraudulent activity. Now, it's really, really hard. The reason why I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this without me saying something that also could be incorrect. The reason why it is so hard to believe that statement is because of the details that have been revealed. You are saying that you're separate from Aspiration's deal with Kawhi. Okay, fair. However, in the contract, it literally says that the only way that the contract would be voided if Kawhi plays for another team. It says that. If you are separated from the dealings, why would they deem it necessary to put that in the contract? Why? If it's separate. If y'all saying this, I put money in there, we have a relationship, and they have a relationship. That's interesting. It's also interesting that throughout this entire time of them existing, that they never had any relationships with any other NBA teams in the state of California. That's also very interesting. The only relationships that they had, if it's truly independent, were immediately associated with the Clippers through not only Kawhi, but also Doc Rivers. Interesting. But the biggest reason why all of this is just odd is because it's what he didn't do. It's the fact that he literally didn't do anything. It's the fact that you all went out of your way to make sure clauses like this was in the contract. Companies shall have the right to terminate the agreement without prejudice to any other rights that company may have upon written notice to KL2 for cause, or if Leonard is no longer an employee of the team for any reason. Why would they put that in the contract? Then it also says in the contract. It also says in the contract For avoidance of doubt, so let's get real technical. If Leonard is still being paid by the team, Clippers, but is a member of another NBA organization or has retired, either of those incidences shall still qualify as a triggering event for termination by company. What does that matter? What does it matter if he plays for another team and then you would have to terminate this? What does it matter if he retires and you would have to terminate this? What does that matter if it has nothing to do with the team? They just so happen to just write this shit up in contracts? What benefit does this have for Kawhi in aspiration? What's the benefit? Why write that? It makes no sense. It quite literally makes no sense. So, again, pretty damning evidence if you ask me. The only thing I could imagine is that they would do that as a non-compete, like you can't play for any if requested to do so by company, KL2 shall cause Leonard to be available and participate with company to create an annual program in support of company's yeah, you know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, he was supposed to do this too. He was supposed to calculate his carbon footprint. He didn't do that. Here it is. Here, yeah. Listen to this. Listen to this. KL2 shall cause Kawhi to be available to participate in 5 organic comments, likes, or retweets. 5. That nigga just had to do 5. That's it. 5. And he didn't do it. This nigga is a fucking joke. This nigga is a joke. He didn't do none of it. Nah, this nigga's not serious, bro. He did none of it, bro. He did none of it. Here's some more obligations. If required to do so, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've signed several different contracts in my life. I've only seen a few of them that will even have this many clauses that will say, if required. If. You don't have to, but if. These are not requirements. A nigga saying if in your obligations is fucking ridiculous. If requested to do so by company, KL2 shall cause Leonard. This is so funny. Contracts are so fucking hilarious because KL2 is Kawhi's company. It has to say KL2 shall cause Kawhi. Basically saying Kawhi needs to cause Kawhi. Like such fucking degeneracy in America, bro. KL2 shall cause Leonard to be available and to work with team or Leonard's content creators to provide a minimum of 1 photo/video a month. And only using it during the NBA season. 1 video or photo a month. That nigga did 0. Kawhi is an unserious nigga, bro. Kawhi, he's a unserious fellow. He's an unserious one. The nigga didn't even fake it. He didn't even fake it. He didn't do any of this shit, bro. If requested to do so by company, KL2 shall cause Kawhi to be available to sign 50 autographed items. He signed 0. Now, the gentleman that's reading it right here, he's been in the sports business for a very long time. To get an understanding of how fucking ridiculous 50 is, let him explain what the normal amount would tend to be.
Something he has to do.
Now looking through of many sponsorship endorsement agreements, is now looking through with his little glasses.
So here's something he has to do. If requested by the company, KL2 shall cause Leonard to be available to sign 50 items.
Jesus Christ.
The signing deals we do, it's like 1,500 items. And it's not 7 million.
If requested.
50, if requested.
The normal that they do is 1,500. This nigga did 50. He only had to do 50. 50. Unserious. And did none of them. Old Rose said, is this why PG said to give him the Kawhi contract? And they said, fuck no, potentially. That's another reason why. Shut the fuck up. That's why you don't run on podcasts and start saying shit. Here, this nigga Paul George, he don't know what the fuck he may be agreeing to, but you just don't run out to a podcast, start talking about a bunch of business shit. You don't know what the fuck going on. Give me what Kawhi got. Nigga, what? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Matter of fact, we told you never to bring that shit up. We don't know who's really watching, who's listening. Shut up. We don't know what we don't know. We don't know. Shout out to if you want to talk to me, KB, you gotta go to Discord. I'm gonna be in Discord because I have the other one on. I'm gonna be in Lowe's Dungeon. But possibly the biggest red flag of them all was what was happening in real time. See, in real time, Kawhi's Uncle Dennis, good old Uncle Dennis, running a fucking muck everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes, this nigga just runs amok. Everywhere. They were complaining about this nigga in San Antonio, remember? He made his demands when he was in Toronto, remember? Niggas have actually given so little of a fuck that when he was in Toronto, there's been some reports claiming that Kawhi was kind of just giving the world. If he really wanted to.
He didn't pay money for food.
He had to pay no money for food. None of that shit. None of that shit, man. But good old Uncle Dennis. Hold on. Thank you. Raptors owner, Larry Don't Know, called three sponsors to meet Kawhi Leonard demands for an extra $15 million in endorsement money. Don't you niggas know that ain't enough? Uncle Dennis said, nigga, you need about double that. That's what you gonna get. That's what you gonna give us 15 shit. They got it.
Wait, how much did Kawhi allegedly get under the table? Was
28.
28?
$7 million a year for 4 years, KB.
Man, these niggas is greedy. Fuck. These niggas is greedy, bro.
15.
Yo, PG. If you think about it though, PG really snitched on that nigga Kawhi. Like, if you really think about it, bro.
I think, I'll be honest with you, this nigga Uncle Dennis, I think he snitched on his own. Because let's not forget, chat, Kawhi's uncle, Dennis Robertson, reportedly asked the Raptors, Lakers, and Clippers for part ownership of the team, a private plane, house, and guaranteed money from endorsement deals. The NBA investigated and found no evidence of the Clippers granted those requests. Really?
No, found evidence now.
Wow.
So,
Wow. 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 Y'all found no evidence? That's interesting. But now that it's been reported that his uncle was going around asking for that type of money. It's ridiculous. Some of y'all said it was a bit blurry. My bad. Here. Let me open the image and make it a little bigger. However, perhaps the most absurd piece of news from the whole free agency saga came on December 23rd when it was revealed that Leonard and Robertson reportedly asked the Lakers and others for things that would be direct violation of the CBA. Sources say the league was told that Robertson, Uncle Dennis, asked team officials for part of ownership, a private plane that would be available at all times, a house, and last but certainly not least, a guaranteed amount of off-court endorsement money that they could expect if Leonard played for their team. Of course, all of those items, to be clear, would fall well outside of the confines of the league's CBA. So what did Jeannie Buss do? Not only this, but when owner Jeannie Buss and the Lakers declined the request, Uncle Dennis reportedly responded by asking why Johnson, Magic Johnson, was given an ownership stake in the team despite the situation being completely different. Uncle Dennis, you watch your tongue, nigga. Because for whatever reason, the fact that you even thought, you're not Magic, nigga. Let's be clear. You're not Magic. You're not Kobe. You're not Jerry West. Nigga, you're not LeBron. You got a little bit too much dip on your fucking chip, my nigga. Too much dip on your chip. Way too much dip. Which is even more evidence. The fact that back in 2019, it was reported that effectively Uncle Dennis was just running around making demands left and right. And whatever organization was desperate enough to say, fuck it, bend us over and take advantage of us, they let it happen. That's basically what happened. The Raptors says, you can bend us over, fuck us sideways, and we'll give you $15 million. The Clippers said, we'll do you one better, $28 million.
Yo.
28. Fuck
Hey, yo. What the fuck?
That's what happens when you run an organization that's been a fucking failure for as long as it existed. Niggas just get away and just do whatever the fuck they want to do. They get all greedy. Nigga come in there, billions of dollars. And this nigga
Just say you want Steve Ballmer owning the Lakers, bro. Just say that.
Oh no, the new niggas who own the Lakers who came in and gave.
They don't make more money than Steve.
Well, this nigga Steve is dumb. He don't even know how to wash money correctly. This nigga's dumb. Hey, you gonna do shit illegally? At least do it right.
I think it's because of his co-founder. I don't really think it's because of Steve though. That's probably the co-founder that kind of baited him out, bro. To be honest.
Yeah, but there's a way.
There's a way. What way, Lo? What do you know about a way to wash money?
Let me be clear. Nigga, they've been doing this for years. The way in which this nigga has unraveled this shit is so obvious. It's fucking dumb. That's why, you know what? Let's keep it a beam. Niggas been getting paid underneath the table forever. It's just the fact that this nigga left such a very clear paper trail that I have no idea how any niggas could ever in their life believe, why the fuck would I ever want that nigga trying to do the dirty shit, man?
What?
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the Clippers are fucked. I'm gonna be so honest, bro.
Yeah,
They're finished, bro.
I just got finished watching it. Man.
Yeah, it's nothing but a man. It's like, man, this is, look at this shit, chat.
Like, I just, like, even nothing, even if you wanted to try to give him the benefit of the doubt, nothing makes sense. Like, there's no endorsement that would ever be paying anybody that much money over 4 years. Like, what endorsement is paying you $7 million a year? Like, that's a lot.
And for you not to do anything.
Yeah, not to do anything. The most hilarious part was the how just loosely everything was worded. Like, oh, if it doesn't align with his beliefs, he doesn't have to do it. But then they don't define what his beliefs actually are, for like what would actually get him out of any sort of promotion.
But the one thing they were very specific about Denver. But if that nigga doesn't play for the Clippers no more,
that's the only real thing that was very clearly outlined is, hey, if he is still on the team, hey, you pay him his money.
everything else is just loose.
They even made sure to spell out, hey, if he in any sort of situation where he is not on the team but he is still being paid, like say, I don't know, he gets bought out and he signs with somebody else, so he's still being paid by the Clippers but he's not employed by the Clippers anymore, that is also grounds for terminating his contract. That was clearly spelled out.
And when someone says the team, in the beginning of contracts, they outline certain definitions, especially the ones that are capitalized, means that it means something else. So when it says Leonard, Kawhi Leonard is a professional basketball player in the NBA, in the National Basketball Association, NBA, currently on the roster for the Los Angeles Clippers team. So moving forward, when they say team, they mean Los Angeles Clippers. It's all there.
Yeah.
It's all there. And it's so damning. I'm so floored that like
it's actually like insane. Like they were really just saying all this shit over email too.
And
how did they get all these emails though?
It's a part. All this stuff is now publicly available because of the.
It's part of the bankruptcy.
Oh, because they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga's a dumbass.
Yes.
But listen, right?
In consideration of the rights and benefits granted to company hereunder, company will pay KL2 $28 million in cash during the term of this agreement. Company will pay KL2 $7 million each year of the term. It's just like, it's such an unserious.
That should say 50. Even if if it aligned with his beliefs, that should say 50 autographs.
50. And just
so you know, whenever there's any sort of sponsorship, I think the Marlins owner said it on the podcast. Usually, these deals are like thousands of autographs because you know that should say 50.
50. And then, as you all can clearly see, KL2 Aspire LLC co-owner Uncle Dennis. Nigga gotta put his hands somewhere around it. His name gotta be on it. Like, niggas, this is the most unserious shit I've ever seen in my life. It's so fucking unserious, bro. It is so unserious.
Wait, so what? Like, everything is still technically alleged right now, right? Or no?
It's not alleged that it was a fraud company. That's not alleged. The nigga
Yeah.
pleaded
I'm saying
guilty.
Kawhi getting money under the table.
It's not alleged that Kawhi wasn't getting money. He got money. Now,
So
the thing that they're gonna have a hard time
If it
connecting
was
with,
to actually circumvent the salary
Yes.
cap.
they're gonna have a hard time connecting that the money that Steve Ballmer put into the company, that some of that money was then immediately kind of funneled out to start paying Kawhi. That's
But
what they're gonna have to.
wouldn't the years of the contract kind of fuck it up though? Because it was $7 mil for 4 years. You said, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that kind of mess that up though? Because the money was spread, or no? Am I bugging?
Oh, you would think so, but you remember how long that contract extension was that he signed?
Was it not 3 years or 4?
You're right,
He's talking about
KB.
the one in 2020.
There it is,
Yeah.
4 years.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, and KL2 Aspire was
Wait, how much is he
founded,
making?
and
Hold on.
KL2 Aspire was founded in November 2021.
Yep. He signed his deal in August 2021. Literally just a few months later, he makes this entire new LLC. And then a few months after that, he starts getting paid from it. And somewhere in there, he makes it seem as if like that is the only money that was being fluctuated throughout KL2 Aspire's time existing as an LLC.
Okay, including the money from the endorsement, he'd be making $51 million a year. Now you might be a GG. I'm not gonna lie. It might be. It looks too obvious, but then I still think it's difficult to connect the two though, because the only thing you really have is him signing his contract and them at the same time. But then you could also say that's a coincidence.
To be
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to actually
yes,
legally
connected.
prove it, but all the facts, it doesn't look. It looks crazy.
It looks very crazy. Like very, very.
Damn,
crazy.
Harden. Wait, what does that say? James Harden's Houston restaurant 13 has been shut down after allegedly failing $2.2 million behind in payment and rent. In rent and payment?
So also KB,
what is-
also KB. I want to say these are the last 4 years of the deal. So if these are the 4 years, yeah, he signed a team friendly contract. Yeah, he's just an unserious nigga. like us in Russia chat. I'm like 90% sure this happens all the time. It's
But
just
they would need something like they would need something damning for it to like this is like oh shit, but they would need something damning for it to be okay. These two are definitely connected.
But to be fair, it's never going to be like it's never going to be so damning outside of the one. I guess another damning piece of evidence was that in the video he interviews someone who worked in the finance department and how it went from oh man, money's coming in, everything's great, and pretty quickly it just went sour.
Yeah.
But even when things were going bad and they were trying to figure out who they were going to pay and how much they were going to pay, and they were trying to like budget themselves,
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
Making sure that Kawhi,
yeah, Kawhi
was getting his money.
always got his money. It did not matter how bad the company was doing. It didn't matter what was going on. Kawhi always got his money.
Like they were literally on the verge of going under, but they were still like, hey, Kawhi Leonard getting his $7 million. That's the number one priority right now.
Yeah, and like Nas
is he
said,
still on the team?
Yep, as long as he's still on the team. Like Nas said, and his uncle was there calling all the time to confirm to make sure that the check was going to clear. So, yeah, so to be the way that these things work, like yeah, there's not going to be an instance where Kawhi gets a check and it says, in courtesy of his aspiration via Steve Ballmer, here's $7 million. Like that's not going to happen. But at worst, there needs to be.
Hey, didn't Harden take a pay cut too?
Damn, what is
not too much?
Today?
Not too much. Not too much. Not
I'm
so
actually very,
much.
I'm
Wait,
actually
hold on a
really
second, bro.
curious.
What's going on in LA?
I'm actually really curious to see what he finds out about Jalen Brunson because that.
Oh yeah, didn't he say you gonna
That
look
was a
into Jalen?
crazy.
I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson to me is even more
That was the
direct.
biggest pay cut.
Yeah, that
That was even bigger pay cut than what Kawhi had.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually
Nah, but
crazy.
it's fuck, man.
Getting really sick and tired of
Actually
losers.
finished, bro.
I'm getting really sick
Yeah,
and
no, it's
First
done.
Yeah.
getting on.
What do you think? What do you think the punishment's gonna be?
Okay, so
Wait,
just in case people who don't know, let me make my
Ash is on stage yelling to himself right now.
just for
I
people
say,
who don't know, this happened a few years ago. Not a few years ago, several years ago, in the late '90s, going into the 2000s, with what is his name? With KG out in Minnesota. Well, it really wasn't KG. It was with Joe Smith. That they gave Joe Smith this massive pay cut, promising him that they're going to pay him underneath the table. They got caught. They not only voided his contract, but they then also turned around and took 5 first-round picks away from them. 5. That's why, for those who don't know, and I'm pretty sure at least some of y'all in here know this story, but that's why when you go to they were charging people $1 to do so. That's how a lot of their profit was, quote unquote, being made, or at least reported by. Come to find out, this company has already not only gone through bankruptcy, but the co-founder has already pled guilty of fraud to the tune of $240+ million. So yeah, happening is that Kawhi was on the other side of the spectrum, where he is getting. He becomes a celebrity endorsementer or whatever the fuck. He's given a celebrity endorsement to the company. The company is also receiving money from Steve Ballmer because it's now a sponsor for the Intuit Dome, where they have their name tied to everything. Kawhi, just months after signing his extension in August of 2021, all of a sudden receives a $28 million deal from Aspiration, to where he's going to get paid $7 million a year for 4 years. And the requirements of what he needed to do were so vague, so undefined, and quite frankly, really weren't requirements. They were requests, that he not only did none of them, but the only requirement that was contractually situated was that he had to play for the Clippers. That is it. That is literally it. That's it. That's it. So the whole situation is just it's messy, to say the least. To say the least, it's messy as hell. It's just messy. So, we were talking about what potentially could happen down the pipeline. If you're not familiar with the whole Joe Smith situation, this is the last time that something like this happened in the NBA, where someone got caught paying someone underneath the table. Joe Smith's contract was voided from the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they took away 4 draft picks. And that's where I was headed towards. It's the reason why, when you go back and you go look at, for example, the 2001 draft, right after Tony Parker, there is an empty slot. Because as you can see here, it says Minnesota Timberwolves forfeit their first-round pick. There's an empty slot there. Because Minnesota. And it effectively stayed that way for a couple of years. I think it was like 3 or 4 years, where basically they lost their draft pick and they lost the ability to keep Joe Smith on the roster. This, in my opinion, obviously is much bigger because Kawhi is a bigger name than Joe Smith. And this is an organization that if they lose any more draft capital, be very mindful. This is already a team that gave up a lot of draft capital to put this team together. It would already add to even more draft picks that they've lost in the process. And some of y'all are saying, what capital? They don't have any more draft picks. People keep saying on the timeline. I want y'all to know. If niggas take away draft picks, this is not like I go on trademachine.com and I try to figure out and it won't let me go any further than 5 trade picks. No, they'll just take them all. So right now, they don't have the ability to assess draft picks beyond 5 to 6 years. But that doesn't mean that the NBA can't take them away beyond that time frame. They'll just take them away. That's what'll happen. They'll just take them away. They'll just take the picks away. Yeah. That's how that works. Some of y'all are like, oh man, they don't have any more picks. So they gotta wait until 2032. Yeah, I guess they'll wait until 2032 and they'll start taking the 2032, 2033, 2034 picks. They'll just start taking those picks away. That's what they'll do. They're not going to sit here and like, oh man, shucks, they traded them all away already. We can't take them. No, they'll just take the next available picks away. That's what they'll do. That's how that works.
Take away their picks up until 2050.
Oh man. Are we back live on YouTube? Ayo, in the YouTube chat, put a 1 in the chat if we back live over on YouTube. On YouTube, put a 1 in the chat if we're back live over there.
I'm just blown away. He really did that. Wow.
Oh, we're back live on YouTube. Perfect. All right, cool. Yeah, I am floored by what exactly is going on. It's just it's an unserious. It's an unserious.
Rough offseason for Clipper Nation.
Yeah, very, very, very rough offseason. It's just it's a very unserious conversation, very unserious way in which Kawhi handled it. Because the truth of the matter is, if Kawhi had just an ounce of some of the responsibilities, then we could all sit here and have our thoughts and conspiracy theories hat on, but at the end of the day, he still did what he was contractually obligated to do. So we can make it seem like there's some connections there, and there's also some potential for there to be a conflict of interest, which I think is something that we should probably institute into the NBA CBA, where players should not have the ability to work for or be endorsed by companies that also are endorsing the fucking team. That is fucking ridiculous. But technically speaking, it's legal. But here we are now, where Kawhi not only didn't do any other things, but made sure that the contract was situated to where the only requirement that was there was that he had to play for the Clippers. That is so fucking ridiculous. That is such a massive joke. It's a joke. It's such a joke. And see, everybody wants to sit there and say the Lakers. I'm here to tell y'all niggas. I think it happens for the Lakers. I think it happened with Jalen Brunson. I think it's happened for everybody. Fuck, Gil was talking about when he was playing for the Warriors because they couldn't match the Washington deal that was on the table for him, that this nigga, they were trying to offer this nigga Bugattis and a bunch of cars and shit like that. So I just think this happens, period. But nigga, just at least be better at it. Be better at it. Like, don't become so lazy that Kawhi, you feel as if like you don't even need to put the front up. Like, nigga, be serious. Lawsuit. Oh yeah, and this is like This just happened last year. Lawsuit filed today against Clippers by Kawhi Leonard's personal trainer that included allegations of tampering years prior to signing the star. All of this is there. All of it.
KL2, one of them ones.
Paperboy asks, I'm genuinely curious. Please justify the point of the salary cap. Well, this is kind of the point of the salary cap. The whole premise of the salary cap is so that certain owners that make substantially more money than everybody else does not then put themselves at a situation to where they have a massive advantage that other teams can't keep up with. Yeah, they just can't just pay a bunch of people. That's the whole purpose of a salary cap. And that originally, the salary cap is so flexible that even if you want to, you can, but it comes at a pretty, steep price point.
Aprons,
luxury tax bills, etc., etc. But when you do this, not only do you circumvent and, quite frankly, completely disregard the premise of a salary cap, but you get to pay him without dealing with any of the penalties either. So it completely eradicates the whole premise and purpose of a salary cap. But again, I'm not dumb. I know this stuff happens. I know they do those things. I know they do. Only thing I beg of you is to just be better at it, bro. Don't make it so obvious that you don't even want to sign 50 items, that you don't want to make 5 comments, likes, and retweets.
One photo
a month. Like, nigga, come on, bro. You're fucking it up for everyone. I don't know. Niggas are upset. Oh, man, this nigga hating. What? Nigga, you should be mad at Kawhi for not doing anything. The standard was so low for this nigga. They just had to write something. 50 signatures, 5 likes, and a picture a month. That's it.
And they were paying him allegedly more than any other celebrity combined. That they also endorsed. That included like Robert Downey Jr.
Drake.
Names like that. Yeah, Drake.
It's just such an unserious thing that's happening. So
yeah, Leo.
Shout out to Pablo. I think it was excellent journalism. I think that it is amazing. I think that it is I think that it is really, really interesting what has been unfolded here. And again, I'm not dumb enough to believe that this is the first time it's happened, but I definitely believe that when you make it this obvious, it's really hard not to punish the Clippers, because at some point we have to really take a step back and just say, bro, all right, y'all are now forcing our hands with this. Like we now have to take action because this is just too egregious. It's too blatant. It's too fucking blatant. And yeah, and to everybody else in the industry that is trying to downplay the work that Pablo is doing, Bill Simmons, and who has done a lot of great work in the space. But my nigga, you are a fucking joke. The nigga tried to discredit what he was investigating a few months ago. Actually, it might have been a few months ago, because he was putting into question Bill Belichick and this relationship that he had with a woman that when he met her, she was 19. And why the fuck she was even involved with some of the decisions that were being made in his professional career. Oh, that's silly. So silly. That's silly and that's fake journalism. Coming from a nigga that literally has made a living off of hypothetical what ifs and trades and all that other shit. This nigga comes with actual sources. He had a whole. I
don't even know how he can say that when they literally were like seen together all the time.
Bro, Pablo had actually found out a fucking Ring camera from an Airbnb that they had rented out, and Bill Belichick is like leaving there just so he's like dating it back correctly of how long she's been a part of this nigga's life. He went all out. And this nigga response is fake journalism. Like, oh my God. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, be serious, bro. Just be fucking for real.
I ain't gonna lie, when you got shit to say, you just gotta slander the nigga, man. It's the oldest trick in the book.
Trying to practice with the team.
You slander the source, niggas really not gonna take it serious.
Torrey would have done a long podcast about Leo Farnsworth trying to practice with the team, and then done a media tour about it afterwards.
This fucking guy, bro. Like,
I've never seen anybody dying on the stupider story for a week and a half while pretending you're a journalist. What the fuck was that?
whoa!
Seriously.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
Belichick's dating a girl. Oh, let me do 9 shows
No,
about
I
it.
can't tell. Are you
Settle the fuck
If
down.
this was about Jeffrey Lurie, though, would you be like, we got to get Pablo?
Girl.
He's dating a girl. Mind you, this is a girl that was going around participating in decisions that were happening at UNC when Bill Belichick was coaching there for his very short time. Yeah, it's like
Not even going to that extent, dog. She was like
So-
20.
Yeah, no. So then it was revealed that she was lying about her age because she was actually younger. She was 19 when they met. But she would lie
man.
about it to make it seem as if like she was actually older because they didn't want to make it seem as if like that was weird. No, yeah, she was younger.
When I was
Oh, so he
alerted
was
to
dating a girl. Okay.
the beef that I had yet to engage in.
From a podcast that was 6 days ago?
That's right.
That nobody said anything?
That's right. Not a great investigation by my part.
Yeah.
Just to figure out when and where this was said. But I was there, like, pathetically, like, looking at my phone as very serious journalism was honored, and I was, like, totally distracted.
Oh.
So, fuck you for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know, ruining
I'm
the,
sorry,
the
I ruined the
crowning,
Peabodys.
journalistic nomination of my life while being questioned for being a real journalist, which is
So,
what
let's talk
bothered
about
me,
that.
Bill.
I know, but
So when
He went on that podcast and actually smoked the shit out of Bill. Like, was basically accusing Bill, like, you didn't even watch it, did you? Like, you really and truly didn't even fucking watch it. Let's just get it out the way. You didn't actually watch it, did you? You didn't watch none of that. And was like hard pressing him multiple times where he was like, and you're saying things that it just shows that you probably didn't fucking watch it. So yeah, somebody said this is Stephen A. Smith's take on it. Stephen A. Smith is another one. They were just like, oh well, oh yeah, here's the Airbnb one. This is the one with the
this is
actual
the
footage.
couple that owns the air.
Yeah, this is the footage. This nigga actually found
the
footage.
golf course, and we were just chatting about
Learn.
play, and she also said she prefers a men's senior shaft. So I just sort of didn't really think much about that until later.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
With a very young woman who checked in the night before, and a car parked up where it said no parking was like worrisome to us that this is going to shut us down. We need to make sure that they know unregistered guests cannot.
She said, she's like, she's with this creepy old guy. It's either her relative or a drug dealer. It was her first thing because of the age discrepancy. Remember, you go, must be a freaking coke dealer. And I was like, what? Come on.
Crazy.
So that was her first reaction. And then I started looking, I'm like, that does look like Belichick. And then I saw the watch.
Oh my god. So yes, he had like genuine like a lot of information about how that looks like Belichick, huh? That is who that is. So yeah, he had a lot of information on that. Then Stephen A. Smith. What does Stephen A. Smith have to say about this? Hopefully Stephen A. Smith's attempt to now give us a bit more information is a little bit more detailed than he doesn't show up to work.
And if somebody is being accused of circumventing the salary cap, that puts them at an unfair advantage, which is not something that could ever be tolerated. So the NBA should investigate this matter. When it says that Kawhi Leonard was getting $28 million, quote unquote, for a no-show job, end quote. That sounds just like Kawhi Leonard. No-show job. No-show job. Don't.
So he's still not going to watch the entire thing. He's just going off of the framing of a no-show job.
Don't have to show up, don't have to do a damn thing. That sounds exactly like Kawhi Leonard. Exactly like him. Now, there's a lot of people out there that's going to lose their mind with what I'm saying because they're going to accuse me of being very, very cruel because it's Kawhi Leonard that we're talking about here. There's a two-time champion, all right? All of this other stuff. This is what they're going to say. He's a two-time champion. He's a two-time NBA Finals MVP. All of that is true. When I say greatness, I mean greatness. Kawhi Leonard is great. And I'm quite sure he's a very, very nice human being. That is not my issue with him. My issue with Kawhi Leonard is that this brother has missed more than 40% of his games since he arrived into the Clippers more than 5 years ago. He's missed more than 40% of his regular season games. He's missed more than 30% of the playoff games. And he does absolutely positive.
This has nothing to do with what's going on. And all he's doing is just pivoting back to his same talking points. That is, it's so jarring when you listen to the 1 hour segment or the 1 hour video and then you turn around and watch that shit. It's like, bro, what is going on, bro? When you see a nigga is just like lining up Kawhi, the Clippers, Steve Ballmer, the aspiration. When you see that shit getting lined up, you're like, bro, this nigga is very detailed. And then you listen to this nigga, Stephen A., read a headliner and then goes right into his hot take. It's like, bro, we've lost the plot now, bro.
How many games has he missed?
Bro, we've lost the plot, bro. We're really losing the fucking plot right now. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was also, man, the way that he presented everything too was very concise and
yes. It's really good journalism and great story building, execution, like it's all there. And for somebody to just wrap it up with a no-show job, sound just like Kawhi. Like, oh man, you don't have nothing else to take from that? Like, no-show job?
I mean, think about it. If a nigga you've been hating on gets caught up in some shit, what are you gonna do? You're gonna gloat a little bit, right?
Yeah, but I can say have that take in the morning when everything broke and you may not have the ability to like sit down and really listen to
they
it.
really expected him to show up.
Yeah, like I can understand that then, but like at this point, bro, like there's no way after you've taken the time out or should have taken the time out to listen to more of what happened, then you have a different opinion on it. But
Kawhi Leonard is a fraud.
Where's the link to the video? Here, I'm gonna put the link, or somebody put the link to the Pablo. Yeah,
Kawhi didn't show up for work on the court or off the court.
Here it is, right here. Watch a video. It is a very, it's a very very thorough video. Even if you're just like a fan. What up, Shitty Godfather? Even if you're just a fan of even if you're just a fan of the sport, you should really enjoy this. Now I wonder when PG was trying to explain, this is over on YouTube, explain the contract thing, and he was subtly overt the details and said, give me what he got. I wonder if he meant this, but was trying to expose it. I don't know if he was trying to expose that. I think that he was. I do think that there is.
Wanted money, bro.
I think he just wanted money. I think he just wanted money. Allegedly.
No, not like that. I think he just actually wanted to get paid. That's all. I don't think he actually had a clue what was going on, to be honest.
Fair. He might not have, because it's not as if like they didn't go to Kawhi. I mean PG. Aspiration didn't go to PG and say, "Hey, come be one of our, faces for endorsement."
Yeah,
they only went mentioned. He wasn't mentioned. He just went to Kawhi.
And plus, like, why would you ask? You know what? That sounded like, hey, never mind.
Why would you ask Kawhi? That's even more reason. Kawhi is not someone who does those things. So that makes it even more sketchy. Like, Kawhi, of all people, you want to invest to being some type of face of a company?
Like they said, he's probably the least marketable superstar
Yeah.
in the NBA right now.
So why would you ever do that? Open Corner said, so what are the consequences going to be for the flippers and the GM, if any? No one knows yet, but based off of what we know that happened in the 90s, they should get fined. Kawhi's contract should be voided. And they should lose draft capital. That's what happened with the Timberwolves back then. That's what should happen now. That's what should happen now. If they continue to find and they think it's crazy. If they think there is enough evidence to draw conclusions, that's what they should do. They should fine them, void his contract, and take away draft picks. Why are you saying owner's not going for that? What? They've done it before. Fuck is you talking about?
The owner's not going. Steve ain't going for that, bro. It's not happening, bro.
Oh, he's saying Steve not going? Oh, Steve ain't got no choice.
Hey, man, you think he is? Man, he might buy Adam Silver.
Keep the family where you might. They might not be able to avoid the contract because the contract is associated with what's happening right now.
He's still on the team, so.
But that contract that happened is already transpired. So I don't know if they can necessarily void this one.
I'm making a joke.
Yeah, but they could. I definitely think they can get him with a fine and take away draft capital. But yeah,
tough.
Yeah. The Timberwolves lost 5. Forfeit their picks to OKC. Okay. I don't think it's just going to be a fine incoming. And let me to even further point to why I don't think that it is. There is an influx of new money that's coming into the NBA, and it's a shit ton of money. Like the NBA has gotten to a point where it's so expensive to keep up with what's going on in the league that millionaires who have owned these teams for years are now selling their teams to niggas who have even more money. That's how much is going on right now. For majority of their lives, the Buss family has been more than able to make enough money to do what needs to be done. Now all of a sudden they're like, fuck, we can't compete. So now the Buss family is selling a portion of the Lakers to someone else that can front them some more money. That's crazy. Minnesota did the same thing. Boston did the exact same thing. The fuck, bro, the 6th wealthiest person on the world is associated to an NBA team. Literally, only 5 other people in the world can compete with that. So, yes, somebody needs to be made example of. So, just so it's clear, if any of you other niggas want to come in and start throwing some money around, this is what's going to happen to you if you do that illegally. That's what I actually think is going to happen. And I'm going to tell you right now, only reason why we questioning if it's going to happen or not is because Adam Silver is involved. If it was David Stern, we would already heard the news by now. It would be done. It would be done. We wouldn't even we try to figure out how many picks they to take away from this nigga. They definitely gonna take picks. How many is it gonna be? We don't know, but they definitely. David Stern would have had this shit already done. We would have been siding with everybody else and say, David Stern, you dragging it. We already would have known David Stern would have had it done already. It's Adam Silver. So yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened today.
Steve would have been executed already.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous. In other news, 2026 NBA All-Star Game format. You know, they had to sprinkle some other. Gotta get some other news in here. Distract niggas. 2026 NBA All-Star Game format is likely to feature a round-robin tournament consisting 3 8-player squads of 2 USA teams and 1 world team. Sources tell ESPN. NBA and Players Union presented format to the competition committee on Wednesday, and response was positive.
All-Star format change. The All-Star game will now be played at Crypto.com arena instead of Intuit Dome.
So yeah, it seems as if like this is them gearing up to do the World versus USA. We always was wondering how they were going to pull this off because, of course, and we said this several times before, there's not enough players around the world that are good enough to make an all-star team. You would have to start dragging players left and right who aren't that good just so they can make it. However, a 3-team format, 8 players. So what is that going to be? 24 players involved. So basically the same 24, 12 and 12, but instead of them being on 2 different teams, they're now divided into 3 with 8 players on each roster. And then they just play each other. I don't know. I think it's going to be just a lot. And if the world team doesn't care enough to play, then they're going to get eliminated in the first round, and we're going to have 2 USA teams playing against each other. Who are the? What you about to say?
But without guys like, I don't know, Giannis and guys like that in the final game.
Yeah. Who's going to be in the world game?
Or Shea.
If I had to say 8, Shea would definitely be in there. Luka, Jokic, Giannis. That's 4.
Bam. Or actually,
Bam. He was in Team USA. Şengün is probably going to be in there this upcoming year.
Yeah, Franz, Wemby, Kuminga.
I keep saying Kuminga, and I'm just ignoring that shit. I'm not. Can it be Sabonis? I think they need another like wing. Man, if it's Sabonis, it might actually. Well, I don't think. Laurie, no. I gotta think of teams that will actually be good enough to make it. And Orlando with Franz and San Antonio with Wemby will be good enough. They just need one more player.
Nick Batum. Okay.
Nick Batum. It's ridiculous. New York, OG Anunoby. Oh man, Indiana is probably not going to be that good with Siakam. Siakam might make it depending on how good Indiana's playing. If Porzingis is playing a lot of games, he might make it.
Kershaw. Okay.
Rui is fucking ridiculous, bro. I don't know. That's actually gonna be interesting. But I do feel like there's like 7 names that are already there. Shea, Şengün, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Franz, and Wemby. I think those 7 names were pretty clear.
Honestly, Zubac.
They need to have 8 quality names. Who's an 8 really good name though? For this to really
Did you already
work.
say Franz?
Yeah, I said Franz already. Yeah. Zubac is. I'm not saying Zubac's a bad player, but they need somebody that's like aesthetically looks great. Like no one doesn't give a fuck about drop coverage from Zoo in the playoff. An All-Star game. Like it needs to look good. Siakam is probably
Jamal Murray.
I see y'all keep saying Cat. I don't. If Cat playing for the world team, he could if you need a New York representation. So let's say Cat, Lowry, something like that. I don't think Zubac is gonna make it though. Even though I think he's good enough, I don't think he's gonna make it. If Sacramento's playing well, then I guess Sabonis will be thrown in there. Embiid should actually be the last name. Embiid should probably actually be the last name, but it's Embiid.
You never said. Oh, shit.
Embiid might not play enough games to even qualify.
Yeah, like He might not be healthy by February.
Yeah, he might not be healthy enough. So there's that problem. And then the other names will be pretty easy to put together.
He also played for Team USA, so I don't know.
He did also play for Team
on the
USA.
world team.
I don't know how I feel about this until I actually see it. I do think that it's just another attempt to try to just change things for the better, especially trying to give an answer to a problem that we've had for quite some time now. And so that's cool. That's cool and all, and that's dandy. But it still, at the end of the day, is going to take the world team. The world team would have to beat, if it's a round robin, the world team would have to, or they may do it by point allocation, like the point differential. The world team would have to be at worst competitive if they wanted to find themselves in the final game and also win a game as well. But if the U.S. team just beats up on them twice and they get eliminated, and then we're just watching world versus world, then at that point, no one will really give a fuck. No one is not going to care enough, because then I just defeated the whole purpose. So yeah, that's how that would go. But I do think that it's going to be interesting. It should be interesting run, to say the least. Here's Zaydog's attempt at a video. If it's bad, he's banned.
Tell me that you're mental. Say that shit again. You're mental. Come say it to my face. Say it. You're mental. Mental, bro. Tell me that you're mental. Say that shit again. You're mental. Come say it to my face.
I mean, I guess niggas were standing on business. Both of them stood on business.
He instantly stood up.
He was like, "Oh, say less then. Bet, say less."
And it's the fact that he literally had to go through, like, he had to swipe his card to go. He had to walk for so long.
Before we watch the have you seen the Chill Luka versus Magic take? Yes. Before we watch, there's one more. Oh, we're gonna watch this first, and then we'll go to the Brittany Renner and PJ Washington thing.
Under manager or member name. So then the question, quote, team.
I need thoughts, comments, and reactions to what is going on in Clipper land right now.
They literally stole it.
Okay, so you want 100%, man. That's where I was going. Well, real quick though, let me ask you a question, Ron. First of all, this is such elementary detective work. Okay, the social media isn't life. Social media isn't everything. You know, just because everybody else maybe had to post it on social media doesn't mean Kawhi Leonard had to. Maybe they use Kawhi Leonard as a way to get other people on board just by flashing his name. And you know what? Even furthermore, even if they didn't, mind your goddamn business. Let them pay Kawhi how they want to. That's how they do it in LA.
It's ridiculous.
That's the whole point of going to LA, because we can pay you with endorsements. You just be a figurehead. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of this.
That's not
that
an
money,
endorsement. That's tampering. What are you? What are we on
here? He wasn't staying in Toronto no matter what. Get that money, why? Get that money, baby.
Excuse me.
He wasn't staying in Toronto.
Once again, the louder you talk doesn't make your takes correct. Knowing a thing or two about this would help. Knowing a thing or two might help.
It's the chat. Me and the chat.
Hold up, though. Let Penn and Chill go. What you got, Penn?
So first of all, when you are a businessman, one thing you don't do is you don't leave money on the table not to get that money back somewhere else on some level. Okay, so Kawhi Leonard is leaving Toronto, and he's leaving $40 million on the table. He ain't leaving $40 million on the table just to go home.
That's not happening. No, because he could have went home a long time ago, right? It didn't just happen in 2019. Well, I was going to say coach. I'm sorry. Steve Ballmer comes in and he sweetens the deal. 100%. We're going to make this deal. We're going to make this work for you, and we're going to make sure that you get this money back. So 100% they did that, and they're doing that all over the NBA. That's all going on. It just so happens that we just found out about it with Kawhi Leonard.
Chill, but it's not Kawhi who should be on the investigation. If you want to investigate somebody, investigate Steve Ballmer.
Okay, first
Kawhi
of
ain't doing nothing
all,
wrong.
Uncle Dennis, who is Kawhi's representative in a lot of these negotiations, attempted to extort. Man, my legs be tired of all the Euro stepping I have to do, yo. Come on, can we let it?
I'm listening.
Go ahead, Pig. Go ahead.
Here's
Go ahead,
the thing.
man.
Uncle Dennis went to Toronto, went to the Lakers, went to the Clippers, and they tried to extract the best offer possible. And because of the confines of the NBA and the CBA, there's a limit to how much you can actually pay these players, and that is meant to create parity of opportunity. So when you have a team run by a psychopathic billionaire like a Steve Ballmer, who is willing to win at all costs and sign guys, whatever it takes, ship out Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah, how'd that work out? No championships, huh? Okay. So what I'm saying is when you're willing to skirt the rules, when you're willing to bend the rules, you're not playing fair. And obviously, Steve Ballmer comes from a world of Microsoft where they don't really play fair. Let's just be real. There's no rules and regulations. But when you use that mentality, it's just like Shaq trying to, tell Rudy Gobert how to get his ass in the post. When you're Steve Ballmer and you come from the world of Microsoft and high tech and, those worlds where they're just crushing startups left, right, and center, when you use that same...
I am clutch on YouTube. No, Isaiah Thomas is not an all-time Celtic. Jesus.
Mentality in the NBA, it doesn't work because there are rules in the NBA to prevent exactly the situation from happening. Now, there's the reason that this is tampering, number one, is because the Clippers courted him all year long. That's first and foremost. Lawrence Frank was there at the Raptor games, just kind of like letting Kawhi know, like, hey, how you doing? Kawhi's like, don't you run the fucking Clippers? Steve Ballmer's been on record saying they didn't care what it took to get Kawhi away. They knew he wanted to go to LA. They didn't want to lose him to the Lakers. And so Uncle Dennis went to the Raptors and he tried to extort them to give him some, stuff. Hey, trade this guy and that guy, and can we get Paul George in Toronto? And the Raptors are like, so we got to trade Pascal and we got to trade Kyle. We don't want to do that. And then Uncle Dennis is like, okay, and I want to get this money, and I want to get this person paid and that person paid, and get this person hired and that person hired. Let's just be honest. There's a limit to tampering that I'm willing to stomach and accept. If you want to get your trainer hired onto the assistant staff, and you want to get, I don't know, your cousin, a couple of, a bullshit cushy, job in the front office, I'm willing to listen to that. And you'd be crazy not to think that that's part of the negotiations. But when you negotiate this level of off-court, branding situation, this is not a brand deal. This is not New Balance, Puma. This is not, FUBU coming out of the woodwork. This is not that. This is a shell corporation that has been created with explicit bullshit. It's not a real company, Ox. It's what a shell corporation is. It's not a real company. It's a bullshit company that has been set up
playing trees, right?
Primarily to...
Man, this is so cringe to watch. This nigga have no idea what the fuck is going on. He just has no idea. This is cringe to watch. Especially when the nigga literally has already pled guilty. He's already pled guilty that it was fraudulent. He already pled guilty. So the nigga asking, well, it got to be some trees that are planted. How about look it up before you sit here and just do that?
Pay Kawhi Leonard above and beyond his salary, which is skirting and circumventing the cap. Every owner in the league should be pissed for the same reason, by the way, that they were pissed last year when Luka got traded to the Lakers and nobody else got to know about it. This is not how the league. I think
that's different. I think that's different. That whole thing with
two guys working together.
That's like one thing.
Mikhail working with his Celtics.
This is different. Now, if this so one thing is those are two different things. Let's not throw the Lakers and the Mavericks in here. Let's not drag them through the mud. If this is a problem, they should do something about it. That's my thing. Okay, if you did something that's wrong,
strip their championship.
Okay, if you did something that's wrong, if you did something, well, this isn't the NCAA. You can't just go back and strip shit like that. But you know what I'm
They
saying?
have
Like,
no
if
championships to strip.
if you
don't
did,
get it?
if you, yeah, but you know what? And I think that's the problem here. I think the problem is that he wasn't staying in Toronto.
Yes,
So
he
look,
was.
so
You don't
well,
know
he
that.
didn't.
Do
but
you
he
know
didn't,
him? Do you know
but
him?
he
This is
didn't,
the logic you
but
use with
he
me. Do you
didn't,
know
but he
Kawhi?
didn't.
Oh man, okay, I can't listen to this. At the end of the day, yeah, if everything was fair and like equal, I don't think Kawhi would have actually went to the Clippers. I actually don't believe it at all. I actually do not believe that Kawhi would have went to the Clippers. I actually think that he would have went to where they would have made the most money. Keep watching. I don't know. I can. Thread. In 2014, Dirk Nowitzki had a documentary called The Perfect Shot, which was produced by a company called Perfect Shot Films, based in Berlin, Germany, but supposedly had nothing to do with Dirk Nowitzki. The documentary was, weirdly enough, Perfect Shot Films' last project, aka the company no longer exists. I think I remember this film. The other company that helped with the production and distribution of the documentary was Magnolia Pictures. Weirdly enough, Magnolia Pictures is a subsidiary of 2929 Entertainment, which is an entertainment company owned by Mark Cuban and Todd Wagner. A year later, AXS TV acquired the right to the documentary for an undisclosed amount. Want to take a guess of who's the own? Who want to take a guess at? Want to take a guess at owned? Want to take a guess at who owned and founded AXS TV? Mark Cuban. Do what you want with that information. Yeah, like a lot of this is just like. A lot of this is just like, bro, y'all mad at me? Listen, look. Wanna take a guess at owned and founded a? I know what he meant to say, but nigga, I'm sitting here reading it and he typed it wrong. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, 2 for 1 is right. This is like real money laundering. I just want niggas to know that right now. like nigga, we're on the brink of unlocking like real money laundering right now.
Pandora's box.
Yeah, like this is we're really close to doing that right now. So niggas gotta.
Oh man, bro. Oh, that shit was funny. So all you had to do was play for the team.
Oh, and it's just the way that it was written. It's written so like
anything that goes against his beliefs. Now we're not gonna outline what those beliefs are, but you know they go against his beliefs, so he's not liable.
In other news,
in general.
I don't think I'm frustrated. I probably am frustrated myself right now. I think the language is taken out of context, and I really didn't intentionally mean to put down my teammates because they've been through this with me throughout the whole year. They've busted their ass just how I busted my ass. They showed up for me through thick and thin and in the locker room when nobody could see anything. So I would apologize to my teammates, which I already have, about the article and how it was misconstrued.
I thought this was going to be it, but yeah, for those who don't know, Angel Reese was basically asked about the season and how her take on certain things, and yeah, she basically slandered her teammates. Is this the quote right here? Angel Reese's teammates are reportedly unhappy with her direct attacks on them and plan to confront her about her comments on FOS or per FOS. Reese reportedly said she didn't believe her teammates Rachel Benham or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading a playoff team. Wow. Also, she also questioned whether veteran point guard Courtney Vandersloot was capable of returning to form at the age she's at after tearing her ACL. Bless you, Raquel. Reese was also quoted multiple times as saying, "We need great players." Tough. Angel Reese on the future of the sky. I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. We had to get good players. We have to get great players. However, I can help to get the best here. That's what I'm going to do this offseason. I like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously I might have to move in a different direction and do whatever's best for me.
What?
She's in year 2, dog. Yeah, she's in year 2. Year 2.
Wow. She really might have to go in a different direction. That is insane to say.
Oh, man.
She on the My Career timeline.
Shout out to PJ Washington, man. Shout out to PJ Big Bucks. PJ. Dallas Mavericks forward PJ Washington has agreed to a 4-year, $90 million contract extension with the franchise. Agent Kevin Branbury of Lift Sports Management told ESPN Washington secures a new deal that keeps him in Dallas through 2030. Hit the horns, Denver. This news comes right behind a very vicious and scandalous video of PJ Washington's baby mama, Brittany Reiner, trying to expose him.
What? It's Renner.
Okay, hold on.
It's Renner.
Guys. This is what we
I don't care.
So every time
Brittany
that you go
Reiner.
over this, I'm gonna record this. Because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babies him. You gonna give him his bag and stuff?
That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and he cries, we're gonna record that. And it's up with me. Just know that it's up.
What'd you say?
I'd love to.
What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear you say it again.
Suck my dick.
If you had one, maybe I would. Pussy ass
Hey, you
bitch.
wish I would.
Pussy ass. What the fuck are you looking at? Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
You don't pay for shit.
Fuck you. You don't pay for shit either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account. $11,000 in your son's bank account, but $170 to that bill. Get out your car. Get out the car. Get out the car. Come on.
Oh. I never seen the full video.
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
Couple things that I deduced after watching that video. Hey, let's be clear. She said that it was $11,000 in the child's bank account. Only. Let me preface that. She put an only in front of that. Very concerning. Second thing I recognized is that she, for whatever reason, thought that it was okay to reference his wife as a hoe. His wife. The woman that's in the car is married to him. So when you are referencing how much money he decides that he wants to spend on his wife, they're married. And just in case you all are completely unaware, this is what was going around not too long ago. Actually, September 1st. PJ Washington was happy after his wife bought him a brand new 2025 Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
By far
the best color. Happy birthday!
What did she do?
That's probably his money, but yeah.
So, as I say this, it is so odd to me that all of this happens basically one day after the next. One day he's getting a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the next day he's being recorded as he's picking up his son. In the video, it literally said, this is the third week in a row where he's crying. I want to start recording this when this happens. Implying that the nigga picks up his son. Also, a child crying doesn't, not to say that nothing could be happening or not, but that's not enough for you to then draw conclusions as if like something is occurring in this man's life. He's picking up his son. If he had bruises on him, then maybe we can come to those conclusions. Something potentially traumatic, understandably so. But from what we just witnessed, if you're really that concerned about your child's health, well-being, you would not put your son in a traumatic environment by yelling at his father. Yelling obscenities and talking about how it's up. But more importantly, if you actually gave a fuck, sure, record it, take notes, but why is that being released? Why would you release that? If you genuinely cared, you would just take notes of it, record it, and give it to your lawyer and build the case for when you take him to court and say, hey, these are things that I'm concerned with. But the truth of the matter is you're not concerned with that whatsoever. You got noise and some wind and a little bit of birdie told you, a little birdie told you that money's coming down the pipeline. That $90 million contract was right around the corner. And you were pissed. What does it matter about the money that his wife receives? What does that matter about the well-being of your son? You don't care about the well-being. You care about why isn't there enough money in the account? Why is it only $11,000? She gets 170. There's only 11,000 in the account. I mean, my son's account. You're upset because you can't touch more than that. That's why.
Just because she's married to him?
Just because that hoe, that slut, is married to you? She's entitled to all that fucking money? How come she gets to have everything and I have to go back to my mom's house after I faked being a Muslim for a couple of months? How come she gets to have Rolls Royces and only thing I get to touch is $11,000? Well, if you want, if you want your son to live that lifestyle, I guess it sounds as if sounds like somebody else need to have custody. AC now, this weird Brittany Renner was preying on PJ Washington. He was 18 playing at Kentucky. She was 26 to be 27. There's a 27-year-old. What does a 27-year-old have in common with a boy who just came out of high school? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Huh.
Oh, we're going back to this because this is something that we talked about when they actually had the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And she was making all those videos. Maybe she liked basketball.
Isn't it so crazy, chat, that this is the woman that won custody?
Moist is one thing, but wet is just another. It ain't what we shooting for. Yeah, that I mean.
Isn't that
Miss Ma'am.
No,
Miss
come on,
Ma'am.
please. Come on, man, please. No? Come on,
I
man,
need you
please.
I need you to be kind and respectful to my guests. Where that pig poker at, man? Go ahead and get the pig poker out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did nothing for that. Oh, that's wait a minute, Miss Runner, Miss Runner.
All right, chill. There's a lot of equipment in here. Why'd you get water poured on you?
We sauced up.
What I miss?
For behaving. That's for to be
All right.
How old is she in this clip?
Bro, this is like a year or two ago. This is 2 years ago.
2 years ago, let me see.
So she was like, what?
I think she's like 30, like 28 or something.
No,
Wow.
she has to be more than
She's
20.
31.
She was.
31.
I want to say she was 26, 27 when she met PJ when he was 18.
Yeah, she's 33 right now, so she was 31 then.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's the woman that has custody. That's the woman. So odd to me how this all functionally works. And someone told me that PJ, he pays $132 a year in child support. Is that right?
I don't think so. I was searching it up, but I don't think that's true. But let me do some more research or something.
If it is 132, that's exactly $11,000 a month. I just want to be clear. PJ Washington.
Shit.
So yeah, if that is the case, then it would actually make
It's
even
not
more sense. But I don't see anything associated with PJ Washington and 132,000.
Yeah, there's not like a concrete like number, but Brittany Renner said it was 2,500, but I mean that might not even be true. So
2,500
I don't
doesn't
know.
even sound right. That doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, I don't think it's that little.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's not like a legitimate number though. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of like speculation and stuff.
So yeah, I feel as if like this is a pretty cut and dry situation. Brittany
not
Renner. Brittany
That's
Renner
not
was.
that's literally more than the average salary.
Yeah, be very mindful. Child support is also tax free. But
yeah,
Brittany, I mean, I feel like it's pretty cut and dry, and this is why you always gotta be careful about who you're around. Brittany Renner preyed on a barely legal young boy. Was around him when she was in her 20s, when this nigga was 18. Weird fuck. Went on to get pregnant by this man. They broke up. He met someone else, got married to this woman, went on to have a normal life with this woman, and now that it's reported money's coming around 90 M's, you're upset because all that time you dedicated to being a weirdo, a fucking weirdo. You spent all that time being a weirdo in your fucking mid-20s running after a goddamn 18-year-old. You now realize I wasn't there long enough. Wasn't there long enough. 90 M's. Missed out on that. So now I'm going to start tweaking every time I see this nigga. And you know how dysfunctional someone would have to be to record that and believe that they were in the right mind for them to turn around and upload that on the internet?
And the fact that her mom was also enabling it is a massive issue.
Bro. She uploaded that shit as if like she was in the right, as if like she isn't the one that looks crazy. She looks insane. She looks 100% insane. Son start crying. That's enough. Her mom is a white woman talking crazy. I don't know how much that has to really do with much of anything. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, her mother is white. Yeah, her mother's white. Yeah, her mother's white. If I'm not mistaken, there's like pictures of her mom. And from that, there's like a reflection of her mom in that video. Like you can see a reflection of her mom in the reflection of the window. If I'm not mistaken.
That tweet is so funny.
But long story short, yeah. Shout out to PJ Washington. I hope the best for you, brother. You know, all the money in the world can't take you out of this degree of dysfunctional baby mama drama bullshit. Brittany Renner is going through her third or fourth identity crisis right now. Before she was the baddie. I get what I want. I know how to manipulate men. Come to find out, the man that you were manipulating was 17 years old. He was a minor a few months prior, but you do you, boo. That's the only nigga that you've been able to successfully manipulate. And he was a minor, literally a few months prior. And then after that, you then went on this whole content creation crusade, try to dibble dabble into red pill ideology. It was mad cringe. Then after that, you broke down, start crying. I'm trying to find myself. Then after that, you found yourself as a Muslim. So weird that you niggas play with that religion the way in which y'all do. Then after that, and that only lasted for like 6-7 months. That was a very short period of time. Now all of a sudden, you're back at your mom's crib being a baby mama now. Fucking loser, bro. Loser. You're a loser. Too many times. The one thing about pretty privilege that a lot of women get away with is that because they look good, because you niggas whip your dick out and beat your meat to them, they get away with a lot of loser behavior. A lot of loser behavior. You niggas will sit there and say, oh shit, she look good, and start beating your meat all to her, and y'all just sit there and excuse anything. This woman was in her car making some of the most desperate content possible. And niggas sat there and thought that she was doing something of quality. Speak your truth. Then when y'all found out that she preyed on this nigga when he was 18, niggas then excuse it because they want to sit there and say, oh.
Wouldn't you?
No, not only wouldn't you, he should have known better. He should have just known better. Okay. Yeah, it's PJ's fault, I guess. He should have known better. Should have known better. And then when it didn't fail and the nigga snapped out of it, PJ Washington is now forced to pay $200,000 a month in child support over the next 18 years. Ex-wife secretly filed for divorce 2 weeks after giving birth to child. Do you know how fucking strange that is, bro? And I don't. The 200,000 is what she filed for. That's not what she got though.
$200,000 a month.
Predicted it. So happy for Brittany Renner. Aw. She actively put a picture of when the nigga was a teenager and she was an adult. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. Fucking loser, nigga, congratulating a predator. Oh man, y'all niggas is sick, bro. It's some sick niggas out here, dog.
Get your money, queen.
Oh man, it's some sick niggas in this world, bro. Sick. But yeah,
It's
Brittany,
fine, man. That app isn't real, man.
yeah, Brittany Renner's a loser. She's a loser. Shout out to PJ Washington. Got your money, 90 mil. Keep your peace. Hopefully you have a great, healthy, successful relationship with your wife. And I hope people continue to call out this psychopath who was preying on someone that was literally months removed from being a minor. I hope people continue to call her out on her bullshit because Jesus Christ.
After finessing PJ Washington for a few million, oh man.
Hi. It's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But, me and my baby gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So we're moving forward, onward, upward, okay? I know a lot of you are skeptical about talking to people with children, but I can assure you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment. I really do. I really, really do. I just want you guys to be happy. I swear. I do. Now, I'm not a threat, but, you know, I can't speak for the other hoes that you don't know about. You know, maybe the odds ever be in your favor. But I am here for it, okay? Like, people move on. Save the, you should have got the ring first. It wasn't going to work out anyways. It just wasn't going to work out. Let's laugh together and let's raise this baby, you know? Ooh, this ghetto.
Is she all
there?
there?
Ghetto.
This is like a normal video for her. That's a normal video.
She literally looks like she's having like a psychotic break.
That's a normal video for her. It's a normal video. That's a typical Brittany Renner video. Typical. That is a normal video. And for you to sit here and say, I don't care anymore, you can have them, it's fine. Yet here we are now. Nigga, that video is 4 years on the dot. 4 years on the dot. 4 years on the dot.
That, so that would have been like what, like 2 months after she gave birth?
Yes.
And she's already talking about, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. You can have them. I don't care. She's just dumb. Just fucking dumb. Just fucking dumb. And was trying to give advice to people out there who've been baby mamas for a very long time and had to deal with real life situations. You got pregnant by a multi-millionaire and you had only been a baby mama for like a handful of months. You just got involved with this nigga in terms of the relationship between you, him, and a child. So yeah, something is wrong with her. Something is genuinely wrong with her. But she's a fucking loser, and more people need to continue to press on the fact that you are a loser, bro. You're a loser. You're a degenerate. You're a loser. You're not all there. Someone asked me where I get this Kobe shirt. I can't remember, but it's somewhere on Instagram. Someone on Instagram makes these shirts. Niggas in the chat on the YouTube chat are fucking fiends. Nigga said, I'm unfamiliar with her work. You might have to put more videos on the screen. Yeah, nigga, you got it, dog. One thing I have to always remind myself, Twitter is an unserious place. And not only is Twitter an unserious place, I also have to remember that Twitter is such a finite amount of people. It is like one of the smallest social media platforms. Like it's not even close to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Like it's nowhere near close. Nowhere near close. So I have to remind myself that when people start responding to things. Shout out to the NFL for not only partnering with YouTubers, but also you on YouTube they're going to have a free game, an NFL game.
Chargers versus Chiefs will be live for free on YouTube. Make sure you watch it. It's literally free. Why not? September 5th.
So not only did they partner with YouTubers to make a commercial for it, to promote it, but they're also going to give a free game on YouTube.
Today.
Overall, the NFL has been like far ahead, much faster than the NBA. They were on Twitch first with Amazon partnership. They were on Netflix last year, and now they're going to be on YouTube this year for free. So I said the NBA is so behind. I want y'all to get some of the responses that people had. You are so unbelievably reactionary to most pointless things ever. The NBA is behind because no Mr. Beast. They're not putting you on a team, bro. Mr. Beast is a bum, so we don't need him. My Glorious League doesn't need to be a part of Mr. Beast slop content for preteens.
So they literally didn't even click on
Didn't
it.
even watch the fucking video. He was at the All-Star game and everyone complained. They literally have better discourse. Analytics than NFL. Stop whining. NFL makes it easier to watch games. Oh, he watches video. All right. We don't need this. I much rather work on making all-star games competitive again instead of free games. Interesting. You're late, Low. The NBA has been behind. Okay, NBA doesn't need gimmicks or pop stars. They still dominate social media. Not talking about Mr. Beast. I'm talking about the free games. I think they tried to use those influencers and it went bad. Not talking about that. Talking about the free games. Interesting. Okay. So instead of just fucking watching the video, and I want to say if you go on YouTube, it's like it's promoted on YouTube as well. Oh, I guess they might have taken it down. What the hell? That's a crazy thumbnail.
Rick Ross.
That's a crazy thumb. But normally it was it used to be just promoted on YouTube. Maybe not. But this nigga responded. I responded to him after that. Yes, one game. It's a part of their NFL Sunday ticket deal with Google. This isn't the win you think it is, by the way. The NFL media deal are just as fractured as the NBA deal that you all complain about. Multiple channels, multiple streaming deals. So getting a free game, it's not a bad thing. It's just one. Like, fuck, it's a free game. Like, oh my God. Fuck. I never said their media wasn't complicated. All I said was they are experimenting. Not perfect, not amazing, not without flaws, but experimenting, which is something that they've been doing for years now. What benefit is there to the NBA hosting a single free game on YouTube? What? again, you do realize the NFL does the same thing, right? Add in Netflix, and you got the typical NFL TV package. By the way, last time I checked, NBC and ABC are free channels. The NFL has been on free channels way more than the fucking NBA. I don't know. Niggas like this are just fucking idiots. Like, it doesn't benefit none of us that there's a game that's on for free? What? But overall, yes, the NFL has been like way ahead of the curve. They got to streaming before the NBA did on other streaming platforms beyond their own like streaming platforms. They've been on platforms that should have been touched, such as Twitch and now YouTube, last year Netflix. These are all, and now they're doing it for free. The simple fact that the NFL is willing to test out a game on YouTube for free means that they're willing to take a loss up front that then could potentially translate into a gain later on. They figure out how many audience members will be there, what the viewership looks like. Is this something that they should actually invest into? But they do so by providing it for free. Many of you all don't know how to functionally run anything. So the fact that you're just sitting here saying, oh, for free, what? Yeah, because once these TV deals are done, if cable eventually truly dies, these entities have to figure out a way to pivot into streaming and do so effectively. And you do so by gathering as much information that you possibly can. But just overall, bro, the NFL is like way better at promoting things like this than the NBA is. Most of you niggas, and I don't say that to people in the chat, but if we make this a video, most people didn't even know the difference between NBC and Peacock. You thought it was the same thing, but it's not. But you didn't know that until either I told you or another YouTuber told you or someone else had to explain that to you, but not the NBA. The NBA should have to tell you that. But they don't do that because they don't actually give a fuck. Bro, this 11-year deal that the NBA just signed basically means for the next decade in a year, bro, we are basically going to participate in making sure you niggas stay on cable. That's what we're about to do. We're about to make sure that, because sports is the only thing that's keeping cable television alive for the most part. Only real thing. And we're going to make sure that that shit stays alive by signing this shit over. So, yeah, it's done. See That Smooth said, there's been a lot more free NFL games than NBA games. There's a ton of NFL games on Fox, CBS, and NBC that are free. You might get an ABC NBA game like twice a month, if that. Agreed. NFL hands over way more free games than the NBA does, despite the fact that they have way fewer games. But some of y'all niggas are complaining about, some people just like complaining about some shit that they had no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
The NBA's got a big problem. How are regular fans gonna like, okay, it's Tuesday, especially when they start putting games
where
on.
do I go?
Well, like, because, sometimes the game's going to be on Peacock. And, like, it's not going to be on NBC. I think that's a huge dilemma for the NBA.
Guess what? They don't care.
I agree.
They got
took
so
the
much money. They're going to wipe their tears with cash.
Bill, I'm so glad you said that. I think it's a big deal because they just took all the money from all three networks. I don't think they give a about the fans. And I think this is going to come back to bite them, to be honest with you. And then the thing that's scary, this deal is for 11 years.
Right.
So now people complain all they want to. For the next 11 years, they don't give a about the fans. They're like, y'all, if y'all find the games, fine. Just make sure the check clears. I think the NBA's got a big problem.
So, yeah. Chuck is definitely right. Lo, I appreciate the tweet you made on how to watch old games on NBA app. Been watching 2003 Finals game again. Excuse me. You should probably show chat how to watch. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Cause we can wrap up the stream too. Actually, yeah, it is free. It is free. Actually, put that put the Charles Barkley quote in about what did he say about the salary cap and how LeBron and them ruined it. I'm gonna end on that and then also end on this real quick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lorenz.
Hey, cut the bullshit. They ain't got no dumb rules. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad you asked that question.
Is this a second apron defense?
Yes. Why did they have to come up with bullshit rules, Bill? Because all these guys want to play together and not compete. If I had $1 for every time I heard the second apron, why did Adam Silver have to put the second apron in? Because LeBron got all his guys together. KD wanted to go play with the Warriors. I hate when I hear, man, the second apron's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? If y'all stop all wanting to play together, we wouldn't have to make up bogus-ass rules to stop y'all from playing together.
This is interesting because I completely disagree with you.
Okay.
I think they came up with it because the Players Association, I don't think realized that putting these rules in is going to make all these teams blow up, and you're basically going to be able to afford 2 or 3 guys max, and then you're going to have to cut corners everywhere else. Like the Celtics, they had no chance of keeping Drew Holiday and Porzingis. Like OKC now, they've made all of these really smart moves to put the roster they have together, and they're not going to be able to keep it together even though they were smart. I don't like penalizing people for smart.
Thank you. Chuck is like so wrong because he doesn't know that who actually agreed on this was the players. The players union is the one that presented the outline of the second apron, not the owners, not Adam Silver. Adam Silver doesn't dictate what happens in the CBA. That's between the owners and the players. So there's that off the rip. Even if we want to go over the 2 examples that he used, bro, LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Wade all took pay cuts for them to be on the same team with one another. It's not as if like they were all receiving max money so they can all play. They took pay cuts. And when Kevin Durant came over, he came over not because of like some salary cap maneuvering that would never exist. They would more than likely still be able to afford Kevin Durant because why they were able to get him is because the salary cap exploded from one year to the next. So Chuck is just fucking wrong. Like you are just egregiously wrong. You're wrong. Yeah, and the fact that Steph was already underpaid years before they even talked about getting KD on the team. So, no, nigga, you're just wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Steph was on that bad contract well before they got to that point. And Ronnie's also right, and we talked about this. Dirk and Tim Duncan were taking pay cuts before LeBron went to Miami. Niggas been taking pay cuts. Any whoosies. Also, not going to hold you. The Spurs are definitely right about Kawhi. Now that we know more things, Spurs is definitely right about Kawhi. But for those who are unaware on how to watch old NBA games, in particular, finals games, and watch them in high definition with a lot of clarity, what you want to do is find Watch. Go to Watch. We did discuss the Angel Reese situation. She's basically upset that she's not good enough. She's putting all the blame on her team and talking about going somewhere else in year 2. It's disgusting. Go to Watch. Go to Featured. Also, Hall of Fame ceremony will be this weekend. Damn, bro, talk you all upset, nigga. Start scrolling. Okay, here we go. NBA Finals 2011 to 2024. All of them are right here. Then the next decade before that, 2000 to 2010. All are right here. Then before that, 1999 and 1990. All are right here. Only thing you have to do is make an NBA ID account. That's it. If you keep scrolling even further, you can then go to the classic games for each team, where some of these games that were above it in the finals will also be here, but also other classic games throughout certain franchises' history. So, for example, if we go to Orlando, you have Shaq's debut, Game 3 of the finals in 2009 for Dwight, 2004 Tracy McGrady, 62 points versus the Wizards, 2009 Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6, Mavericks versus Cavs. So yeah, all of these games, and again, it's in high definition. Well, high definition for what it can be at that for this time. Better quality than most places, especially on YouTube. And then obviously, if we go to a finals, so there you go. So yeah, you can watch this stuff for free. All you have to do is make an NBA ID account. That's it. Watch all Jordan's three-peats, Hakeem Olajuwon, all that shit is all there. It's all there. Every single last game. Can it play?
Playing basically three-man basketball.
So there you go. We can't watch a game right now. I gotta skedaddle. I gotta make sure we make this video for on the low post. But hey, man, I thank y'all as always for coming out. Pretty good stream. I think pretty concise, straight to the point. Got everything we want to talk about out the way. Trying to. That is true. Hold on, before we get out of here. Trying to still get this game night going, the trivia night going, so we can watch, so we can have a trivia night. Hopefully we can do it this week. And we're gonna bounce on a juicy skit.
Here's the love. Here's the love. Here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her. Yeah! Hey, Suanna. Suanna. She's not listening. Hey, come up. You need to listen to your nana. Go ahead, baby. Girl, you crazy now. Hey, Big Ma. How you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? Good. All right, now. Hey, you lost, boss?
No, I'm going to the race.
What race?
NASCAR race.
You going to NASCAR?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
You ain't lost, did you?
No, I'm good. I'm going to the race, sir.
Sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Find something safe to do, boy. Yeah. Liquor don't kill us, pussy must.
Bring on the troops.
Dan Arthur. Dan Arthur. Oh, South Dakota. Yeah. Damn right. Proud to be American.
It's the fact that this nigga has a tan.
Like the makeup artist is like crazy, bro. Like that's actually really impressive.
Absolutely insane.
The
tan lines?
He has a tan
barely
line
tell, like-
with tattoos on top of the tan line.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know who did the makeup, but that person needs an award. Some way,
They were
somehow, they
crazy.
need an award.
Bro, it's ridiculous, bro.
I need their name. They have a cash app?
Oh man.
Better than white
You
chicks?
can really tell that he's actually like black beside like his face.
Even then.
Crazy.
L Dog want to be
like
like
his nose and his beard.
I don't know how Raquel got that, but it's kind of ironic. But I'm just gonna leave that there. You know, leave that there.
Wait, what happened?
Huh?
What happened?
What happened? I don't know. I saw something in the chat. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So, you know, I don't support the Celtics. Supporting the Celtics makes me want to be white. You gotta love that logic, man.
Who did it better is crazy.
Who did it better is crazy.
That alone? Hey man, I'll leave it alone.
This is tough. Tough. What's this?
Weezy out of here. Weezy out of here.
There's no that's real. No way.
What take you feeling? You not new to it.
You know what that
Kinda
is.
feel it. House game on the wood. My cup full with mud. I came out the hood.
Weezy out of here. Weezy out of here.
The Dragon Warrior is what that
It's
is.
just, but it's also just a unserious song to choose to play right now. It's just so unserious.
Yeah.
We miss you. We miss you, Roy.
Hey, look, man, I ain't gonna talk about Young Thug and them niggas, man. I live in Atlanta. Them niggas,
Oh man,
they snitching left and right. That ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
that's another topic.
Nah, real talk. You heard what Young Thug say about Kendrick? He says he's a hater. He's not for about the people. You know what I'm saying? Helping the people.
Everything that he said in that snippet, he sounded like the biggest hater. That nigga sounded mad salty. The nigga just got upset. He's like, man, why? How come he ain't give me a verse? Like,
No feature?
He ain't give me no.
He's also talking about.
That's how Drake's a real one.
He's talking about some other
Drake will come
somebody else,
through.
too. Oh yeah, he's talking about Lil Durk. Lil Durk didn't give him a verse, even though he helped him out and all this stuff. He wasn't like as big of an artist as he was supposed to be.
See, that
So he
makes
felt some
sense.
type of way about it. So
That makes more sense.
yeah, he said Durk didn't clear the verse for him,
I guess
and then we
Kendrick,
looked out for him so much times.
who hates Drake, who hates Pusha T.
Niggas get in behind that bar, behind them bars, and all of a sudden they gets to complaining. Low, since you in Atlanta, tell Thug to shut the fuck up. He's not on Kendrick, Drake, Cole level. Tell him to leave his bitch ass out of it.
Yeah. Did you say Cole? Yikes.
So
All right, here go this nigga.
he's on the level of Cole.
I'm trolling.
Because he actually.
I also heard that
he not on
on
the level of that nigga. He ain't level none of them niggas.
He's not.
Yeah, I also heard that little baby, he was offered like $150 million by Scooter Braun to like buy his whole like catalog and stuff. Then I think like little baby like checked in with checking in with other people, and then he just sold it like without him even knowing his whole catalog with QCP. He didn't get any money, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, who won that game?
He missed out.
Turkey, Serbia. Who won?
Wait, Raquel, did you get a ticket? Did you get a lottery
Turkey
ticket?
won.
A what?
Did she get a
A
lottery,
lottery ticket.
Oh, she did. Okay.
For the $1 billion?
Billion, nigga.
A Billy.
You about to be up, nigga. I'll make sure
If I won that shit, you'll never hear from me ever again.
Nah, I fuck with y'all, man. I slide chat a cool a cool meal. You know, I slide chat. We'll have a lottery for a lottery. You know what I'm saying? We win. Buy a
That's why you don't
ticket.
gamble.
We'll buy a ticket. You know,
That's a good question. You see that question for real talk?
What real talk say?
You sound like you don't gamble.
That's why I asked Raquel, did she buy it?
Oh, she gambles. Oh, you're right.
Oh, so it's okay if she.
Duh, nigga.
gambles
What
with
the
his-
fuck? Like, here
You
go this
sound like
nigga.
Kawhi.
You sound like Kawhi right now. It's not me.
Here go
It's
this
not
nigga
me.
real talk. Here go this nigga real talk trying to check my pockets again. Damn. Oh, she do your dirty work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a couple of things I need to get done. You know what I'm saying? Rah, you'll take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said 11,000. That's all I ask.
11,000.
We'll make sure we take care of a couple of niggas.
Creators get 2 mil.
2
2
mil
mil.
is crazy. Niggas
get paid.
That would be nice.
I'm not.
That'd be nice.
Well, we'll
What do members get?
We'll take care of Matt, man. We'll take care of Matt, man.
What do members get?
We'll get Matt a new Honda.
Members.
2017 Honda.
Members can get like a $10 bill or something.
Members get an autograph. A quad.
Autograph is crazy.
A sign.
Speaking of autographs. Are the shorts that coming?
A signed rah picture, man. You know what I'm saying?
A signed rah picture. With all due respect, you can keep it, buddy. You can keep it.
Wow.
It's okay. I don't need a piece of memorabilia to remind me of Raquel. Respectfully.
It'll be a picture of Raquel and I. Raquel will sign on it.
Show your girl. I'm not hating on you. I don't listen. First of all, that's a crazy question. See, listen, did I go ad hominem? Did I? I think I might have low key.
But all right, chat. We'll catch y'all next time. Hopefully, we can get something happening by the end of this week.
Real talk got a girl.
Real talk don't have no girl, bro.
Damn, you said that kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
He ain't got no girl, bro. Come on, we know he don't. Now, we can stop the shenanigans, bro. All right, chat. We'll see y'all do.
Hey, shout